I'd like to call on Elizabeth Eade to just say a few words, then there will be three other speakers. So, we're standing here for the camera. So, yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much for the nice things you said. So I'd like to thank Russell for sorting all this out, and there's such an interesting group of people. When you talk about socially aware art, I mean, as you can see when you go around the exhibition, it comes from all sorts of directions, but there is one common grounding between all of us, which I think is quite obvious in the group we have here today. My piece here is Die Liste, as Russell said. It's a 10-metre long handwritten list which documents the deaths of 33,305 people who've died trying to access Europe. It's made with information from an organisation called United, who they collate stuff from 500 different organisations, and they put this together and they publish this list. And it's a very incomplete list, as you can imagine, because a lot of this information just isn't made available. A lot of this stuff is hidden. So it's with great sadness I say it's not a complete list. It is a small fraction of actually what has gone on. It factually states date, country of origin, name if known, and cause of death. But each story is epic. I mean, these stories are stories of an initial hope, adventure, love, ultimately tragedy in every sense. I mean, it's a colossus story. When you read all the individual stories, but when you read a group of them together, you see that this is an epic story of movements and world politics and organised crime and all sorts of things. It's a really powerful story. Some people have questioned whether Die Liste is even art, but I believe its power is in seducing the viewer in. It has some sort of seductive minimalism, and then you go in and you read a line, think, wow, you know, maybe this is a bigger thing, and read more lines, and this collects as a thing together. It's only when you read the lines that you're faced with the sheer scale of what I can only describe as an economic holocaust that is taking place right now. We should be indignant about this as a reality of what is happening right now. And it's very human to feel that this is too much to take in. We can ignore things because they're just too much to read even a chunk of this. So with that in mind, I'd like you to excuse me, but I'd like to read a few lines of the list. And I'd also like an excuse for my pronunciation on some of it, so please do. The 5th of the 5th, 18. 4 men from Africa died off the coast of Tripoli after Libyan Coast Guards banned NGO ships from approaching. No names. 30th of the 4th, 18. 2 men's bodies were recovered in Gazoghili, Libya. No names. 30th of the 4th, 18. A woman's body is discovered on Tajura Beach, Libya. No names. 30th of the 4th, 18. 5 men's bodies and the body of a baby were recovered in Zawara, Libya. No names. 30th of the 4th, 18. A man from Algeria drowned trying to swim across the Kolpa River in Croatia-Slovenian border. No name. 29th of the 4th, 18. 19 people from Africa drowned in a shipwreck off Cat Falcon on their way to Spain. No names. 25th of the 4th, 18. 17 people from sub-Saharan Africa drowned and their boat sank between Morocco and Spain. No names. 22nd of the 4th, 18. 10 men and a boy drowned when a rubber dinghy overturned in the Mediterranean Sea. No names. 20th of the 4th, 18. Sinead Tedessi, aged 19 from Eritrea, took the life of her 6-month-old boy, followed by her own, in an asylum centre in Germany. She said they were desperate. The boy has no name. 20th of the 4th, 18. A 30-year-old man was electrocuted when he climbed on the roof of a freight train in Thessalonica. No name. These are our brothers and sisters. We should be indignant. This is the tribute they get. No name, no name, no name. There is such a large and traumatic collection of information that I said, it's a really difficult thing to take this on board, and our natural response is to ignore it rather than deal with it. But I mean, this is the tip of the iceberg. This is a fraction of the real cost. So I'm asking you a question today. You know, is life worth so little to us that we let this go, that we get to ignore this? And this is why I made the list. To put it in art galleries, to put it in banks, to put it in community centres, to talk about it, to put this information in the public domain, to open conversations with people. People who wouldn't always engage with me or engage with the subject matter, but to get these conversations going. And this is what art does really well. This is why this is important that art deals with social subjects, because it has this way of sneaking in, of letting people access these subjects in a way that they wouldn't normally do. And art holds a special conversation, so let's keep making it, let's keep having conversations, and let's keep taking action about the things that really matter to us. And thank you very much for listening to me, and if anyone's got any questions, I'll be around.